Yesterday, you guys answered questions 1, 2, and 3. I want you to look at question 3. As the lead investigator, what are 2 questions you have about this fire from the video? I want each of you, all right, to give a question to your table mates, all right? So each of you, just say one of the questions you want answered. Read through, ask that question to your table mates.
Why was the boyfriend so tight? I would say like how many people died.
You think they just jump out the window and then save that? Yo. What camera? There's no camera. I don't see any camera anymore. Where's the camera? There's no
All right, Chase. Chase, I feel like you'd be a good investigator. Chase, what's one of the questions either you had or at your table?
Why didn't the onlookers try to catch the woman who jumped?
Ooh, say that again, louder.
Why didn't the onlookers try to catch the woman who jumped?
Why didn't the onlookers try to catch the woman who jumped? Very good. All right, we're gonna go with Kara. What's a question you've heard?
Like, did they have fire alarms?
That's a great, simple question, but it's such a common sense when they have fire alarms. That's a question that we're gonna be answering today. Natalia, what's a question you heard? Say it louder.
Wait. Who threw the cigarette in the trash?
Who threw the cigarette in the trash? Yesterday in the video, we know how it started, okay? But we gotta figure out what happened after it. All right, we got one more, Emmanuel.
Why wasn't the fire hose working?
Why wasn't the fire hose working? Very good. All right, Jacob, you got a little close here. Can you read for us our first bullets for today? What we're gonna figure out today?
Analyze the impacts of safety violations that led to the Triangle Shirtwaist Fire.
All right, we kind of know why the fire happened. Now, today we're figuring out, all right, what happened after it? Why did so many girls die? All right, and Jalen, how about the next one?
Evaluate who was responsible for the TSF.
All right, TSF, Triangle Shirtwaist Fire. All right, who was responsible? We're gonna have to figure out who's responsible for the fire. Okay, everyone find exhibit number 1. And my deputy, can you go into the folder that's at your desk and find number 1? Find the picture that says number 1. All right, need you to hold it up so that your whole team can see.
Everyone.
That's crazy. Stop shaking.
That's
Take a look at exhibit 1.
That's the,
Just exhibit 1.
Is that not the same?
the picture was taken after the fire.
I feel like this. I feel like the reason it's in space is because just so you can see that this.
Wait! Mr. Watson, wait, Barry just said something. I asked why
This is like exactly how it was right after.
I
would say like it looks sad.
Let's burn.
Okay, we're gonna do exhibit 1 together. All right, so everyone find exhibit 1, number 1, explain the exhibit. All right. All right, the name of the exhibit is usually at the top. Nate, can you read for us the title of the exhibit?
Crime scene photos.
Crime scene photos. All right, next number 1, you're gonna write crime scene photos. All right, crime scene photos is 3 photos. One is of the escape ladder, one is of the door, all right, and one is the debris that is inside the building. All right, question number 2. What are 3 observations you have from the picture? These are things that you're observing or things that you see. All right, what are some things you see or read on there? What's one, Millie?
The fire ladder was broken.
Fire ladder was broken. Awesome. Write that down. In my last class, I had a bunch of kids not know what a escape ladder was. They don't want to make them on buildings anymore. So these were ladders that came outside the building, and you would walk down them, all right, from 9th floor, and then keep walking down to the bottom. They don't really have those anymore, but the ones they did have were broken. All right, what else do we have? Jonathan, what's another observation you have from that picture from what you read?
The door is locked. Like, there's a picture of the locked door.
All right. Does anyone remember from the video yesterday why the manager, the boss, locked the door? Went by really quick in the video. Weird, hey, Millie.
It's like, when they could only go one by one, because they wanted to search them.
Yes, they didn't trust the girls. They thought maybe they would steal some of the fabric. Very good. All right. And 3, Kiki, how about one more thing you observed?
There's a lot of fabric around the place where they were.
That's important. They made shirts there, so there's a lot of fabric around. All right, number 3. So, take a look. I want you to choose one of these pieces of things that we observed, all right? How could this have contributed to the disaster? All right. So I want you to, as a group, choose one of the pieces of evidence, and why would that contribute to all the girls' deaths?
The locked door. I think we should do the locked door.
Broken ladder.
That was a long time.
If there wasn't like a lot of fabric,
Honestly, I think the fire break
Maybe it was
fabric.
well, that's why we should choose one. And there was no sprinklers.
I wrote the observation in the wrong place. What's the right name?
The crime scene photos.
Oh, that's right. It's right there. Yeah.
Someone close the
No,
ladder.
also, yeah.
Like it was
I think it was just old and worn. So the virus kind of. Just trying to stuff there.
This one.
I'm not assuming the fire broke.
Or what do you want to do?
No, we gotta decide as a group.
Yeah, the last so many conspiracies.
All right, Ryan.
What?
Ryan, which one did you choose? Did your group choose?
There was no fire.
It could be a manual, all we know.
Oh, so you did a different one. You did no fire alarm. All right. How would that have contributed to all those deaths?
Because they could have alerted the people that like there was a fire, so they could have gotten out quicker.
Absolutely. All right. The fire alarm would have been able to alert people. All right, to walk out in an orderly fashion. Awesome. All right. Everyone, go look at the number that's on your folder. It's either 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I want you to go to that exhibit in your packets. Okay, my deputy, take out the evidence that's in the folder. And you're going to share amongst your group. There's 2 pieces of evidence for each folder. There should be 2 examples for each folder. All right. I want you all to work as a group. Look at the exhibits and answer. There's 3 questions.
Mr. Watson, we're ready to send this 5, right? think it's trying to say whether or not the building was compliant with the safety law.
Yeah, it wasn't compliant to anything.
All right, Jonathan, I think I heard a little bit of what you said. Can you say that again?
I think the building, they're like checking to see if the building was compliant with safety laws.
Awesome. Okay, so let's take a look at the name of the exhibit. It says Triangle Shirtwaist Fire Trial. What comes after that?
Sorry. Oh, building and safety laws.
Awesome. So you're gonna write what Jonathan said. Building and safety laws. Yeah, make sure you're on exhibit 3. You're on 2. Make sure you're on 3. Okay, so what I want each of you guys to do is to take one of the sections, all right, and write down one of the laws that existed at this time about building and safety.
Sprinklers. No, no, they're like staircase. Fire drills, sprinklers, and non-wood services.
Wait, they could be called space case.
Water.
No, I just put the
sprinklers. You said water hose.
I'll give you a little hint. If you look on this part that says laws, it'll tell you what the law is.
When you're done, can you hand it to me? The elevator fell down.
Okay, so acquitted means not guilty. So the owners of the building were acquitted or found not guilty by the judge. Did you read the article yet? If you haven't read the article, go ahead and read it to figure out why the jury made that decision.
There's no session. This one says because they are charged with felony you must find
This is the worst.
All right, Mackenzie, can you point to me why they were found not guilty? What did the judge?
If they don't like it, they're gonna stop. Because Adam.
They wanted to not guilty because the door was locked and they must know.
Why did they blame the person?
No, that's why they were found not guilty. They did not know the door was locked. Did not know that the door was locked. Therefore, they were found not guilty. So remember, acquitted means not guilty. So the next question, I want you to put yourselves in the minds of the jury. What are 2 things a jury would want to know about this fire before making a decision? So imagine you all were the jury. Okay. 150 girls died in a building that these 2 people owned, right? So you're on the jury, you have to decide whether or not they're guilty or innocent. What are 2 things that you would want to know as a jury about